Hi, my name's Akita. Welcome, and I am here just to kind of share a little something with you, especially if you are a PowerPoint user. Now, I run a membership called Printables That Pop, where I provide templates in Canva and in PowerPoint. I provide AI prompts, custom GPTs, tips on tools, and things of that nature to help people make good, high-quality products. For Etsy, for Teachers Pay Teachers, for their own websites. And I really, really stumbled across something that's pretty awesome that I think that you're going to love. I go back and forth between Canva and PowerPoint myself. It's just something that I like to do, and I like to use different tools for different purposes. But one thing that kind of like always kind of needled me about Canva versus PowerPoint was the fact that in Canva there's a bulk create feature where you can take content and you can just basically load everything in. Or the platform will load everything in for you. It's called Canva Bulk Create. I made another video on that. But basically, there was nothing comparable dealing with or in terms of PowerPoint until, not too long ago. I'd say maybe a few months ago, I stumbled across something called an add-in by a company called Bearwood Labs. Say a company, like a solopreneur sort of person, created Bearwood Labs, and there's a tool inside of it called an add-in called Bulk Create. And so the same functionality that you have to a certain extent with Canva, you now have in PowerPoint. So up here, for those who don't know what an add-in is, it's just simply a tool that gives extra functionality to PowerPoint. So I like to do things the most efficient way possible. I do not like to have to go back and forth and copy and paste things individually. So this sort of thing is just like a lifesaver for anyone who prefers to work in PowerPoint versus Canva, because depending on how your brain works, one may not be really working. You may be like, I hate Canva, or you might be, I hate PowerPoint. But if you're loving PowerPoint, this is for you today. Now, what I'm also going to show you is how to use a custom GPT to generate the information, the content in this particular template. So in my membership, this is actually one of my membership templates. And I literally have, I always do double, both Canva and PowerPoint, but I like having like variety. So if you like look on through here, there's like all these different sort of options and so forth. But we're just going to go with one for today. And the custom GPT that I'm going to use to generate this content is one that's specifically designed to do multiple choice questions. Now you can do them for like regular classroom stuff, like science stuff, math, whatever. It could be trivia questions or what have you. It's kind of up to you. So I'm going to link the actual custom GPT down below, the link to go ahead and get it. And I'm also going to link Bearwood Labs, the Bulk Create add-in as well, because if you want to kind of follow along with me or you're liking what you see, then you're definitely going to want those two things. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to want to get the content first. So we start here with the actual Task Cart Pro. You click Let's Do This, and then you're basically off to the races. Now you're also going to need one more website, but I'm going to share that with you in just a bit, and everything that I'm talking about will be down below. Side note too, the add-in is actually an affiliate link, so that simply means if you choose to purchase the add-in for Bulk Create for PowerPoint, the Bearwood Labs Bulk Create, that I'll get a small commission, but it doesn't affect the pricing for you or anything else. Just kind of help support me to make certain that I can kind of, still keep doing this and, so that it will be sustainable. All right, so you click Let's Do This, and it's going to ask you a series of questions. So here's the conversation that I had a little bit earlier. It's going to ask you about skill, topic, focus. I chose inferencing. I'm a 5th grade teacher, and that's a skill set that my students often, need a little bit of extra help with. Gotta love task cards for game purposes, but you can do this for trivia questions, whatever you want. Then it's going to ask you the age group. I said 10-year-olds, style and tone preferences. I just said kind of silly. Give me some silly stuff in there. And it's going to ask you how many task cards. So in this particular case, because it generates multiple choice questions for task cards, it's going to have you do it in multiples of 4. I think I chose 16 for this one demo, but the one that I'm going to show you, I think just has 12. But same process. It's okay. So upload option. For one step, it's going to say, hey, do you want to upload any materials that might be of use? So if you want to do something, say for Etsy, you want to go ahead and do some trivia questions for a game, and you want to do it on St. Patrick's Day, but you have your own facts that you want the chat GPT, the custom GPT to pull from for you, you would just either go to the plus sign right here and upload the file that you want to go ahead and use that has the information that you want it to use to make the actual questions, the trivia questions, or you can just simply go ahead and copy and paste below, and then you just go ahead and hit the enter button, and it's going to just do whatever questions you required based off of your previous responses, and then just generate in that way. So I said, nope, I don't have any source material. It's going to give a quick recap of what it's doing. So topic, inferring, 10-year-olds, silly tone, number of questions is 16, though the one I'm going to show you in PowerPoint will be just for 12. I did it a little bit earlier today. And no uploaded source material. So then it's going to generate an actual table for you. So you'll have the question, and then you have your answer choices. Your question, and then like your answer choices. So if I scroll over here, I'm going to start at the very beginning, Q1 all the way to Q4. So Q1 with the 4 answer choices, Q2, question 2 with the 4 answer choices, etc. Now this is AI, which means that you do have to, you can't just like let it run and then not go back and check. You do want to check everything to make certain that what has been generated is accurate. We want to have high quality stuff to make certain that people who buy what we're actually selling are happy with the final product. So we always do quality control checks. That is a requirement. Please do not, skip that. It's important. In the actual generation, you'll notice there's a little hyphen right up here, a little hyphen in front of the correct answers. I like to have the hyphen there because it lets me know, okay, so this is the correct answer. Yay. You could easily say, hey, get rid of it, no hyphens, or you can just like delete it after the fact. It's completely up to you. But what you'll notice is that there are 4 questions with their answer responses on each row. So we have 4, 8, row 3 is 12, and then row 4 would be 16. It'll ask you if you want an answer key. Perhaps you will say yes. It'll generate an answer key. That's fine too. I probably should have said yes, give me an answer key. Yeah, okay. So you just want to make certain the answer key is looking good, that everything matches up and it's all good. So it does everything for you. Just make certain that it's generating stuff that's accurate and that you want. If you don't like what's here, just say, hey, give me something different. I want a different number 1. I want a different number 2 question with answer choices. Just talk to it like you're having a conversation. So once that is all done, you have your actual table of information. Now we have to move on to this website that you're going to need, markdown-to-html.com, which, let me move my humongous head. You are going to need to do a little bit of back work here. So what you'll do is once you have your table generated that you like with your questions, you go ahead and hit the little widget here, the little icon that says copy table. Click that. You're going to bring it over here to Markdown to HTML. So I'm just going to go in here, put my cursor inside of this box that says enter Markdown. And I'm just going to hit Control A to grab everything. Or if you're on a Mac, do Command A. Delete that. Then I'm going to do Control V as in victory to paste everything in. That's going to go ahead and reformat the Markdown into what we would consider a regular table. And then all that you'll do is just, you're going to end up like copying this entire table that's in here that's been formatted properly. You're going to copy it, and then you're going to end up holding it or putting it into the PowerPoint. But let me show you what you're going to do on the PowerPoint end first, just so that there's no confusion. Okay, so let's leave the table where it is of our content. Assume that we all checked everything up. You checked everything. It's all looking great. Everything is accurate and exactly as you want it to be. Now you're in here. I'm going to zoom out in PowerPoint. We're here in PowerPoint. And you're going to go up in add-ins, assuming that you've already uploaded the Bearwood Labs Bulk Create feature. So you're going to click Add Data Table, and this is important because you don't want to just insert a regular table. It has to come through the add-ins, and then you have to click Add Data Table. You're going to want to have 20 columns. 20. You'll have like a column for each of the questions and then a column for each of the answer choices, which I'm just going to go ahead and like click in here and then right click and then insert columns to the right. And then up here, I'm just going to go ahead and do the repeat feature. Oh, it won't let me do it. See, it's acting cranky. Let's try that again. Insert columns to the right. Boom. Now it's activated. I'm just going to go ahead and repeat. Insert columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know. I'm just going to do a couple. Let me just do a bunch. Then open this up a little bit over here. And don't worry about the table kind of dragging over into the actual template that you're using. It's fine. You can always adjust after the fact. Let's start that process again. Insert column to the right. Repeat, repeat, repeat. All good. Okay, so now I want to go back to the markdown table. Control A to grab everything. Control C to copy. Back to PowerPoint, we're going to copy that table into, let me zoom in a bit, into the placeholder table that's right here. It always wants to jump when I zoom in. Grr, stop it. All right, so I'm just going to, let's grab this here. I'm going to click in the upper left-hand corner of the table that's in PowerPoint and hit Control V as in victory to paste everything in. So boom, that's everything, all the questions, all the answer choices, all in here, looking good. Now the only thing that you're going to want to do is get rid of the extra rows. So you want to keep this first header that has like the Q4, question 1 through question 4 and the answer choices. You're also going to want to get rid of any extra columns. So this D4 right here, there's like an extra column next to the D4, or the answer choice for which would be D. So you're going to right click on that and then, let's see here, delete the column, get rid of that. And then you're going to come down here and get rid of these rows. You don't want any other rows. So the A, I think this is like question 5 through 8. Let's get rid of this row with the headings for that. Delete the rows. Do the other one. Let's delete some more rows. And then delete the last set. Delete the rows, some more. So when it's all said and done, oh, you know what? Let me get these last ones. These are empty. Don't need these. Any row that is empty or any row that has any other kind of heading on it, you want to get rid of. Here we go. All right. So now we are set. Now we are good to go. Let me zoom out, show you what we're looking at here. And by the way, even though it seems like it's kind of tedious at this moment, trust me, if I wasn't explaining this to you, I would have been done by now. Literally, it's just because I'm explaining it out loud. All right, so you have all your 4 questions, your 4 multiple choice answer, your answer choices, and you have your template right here. So, and it's all done from the data table that is attached to the add-in for the Bulk Create. Now, what's going to end up happening is that you have to tie placeholders to each of these different pieces of text that are in the template. So here we have question 1. I want the add-in to know that I want this information here placed here, so I don't have to copy and paste it myself. So what you'll do here is go back up to the add-in where the ribbon is, and then click Insert Placeholders. So here, when you have that text box handy, you want to make sure that everything is highlighted. If it's not, you can't just click the text box. It doesn't work that way. You have to actually highlight what's inside of it. So then you go over here to the placeholder box, the window or the box that's open up, or the window. I'm going to hit Q1, hit Insert, and notice how that changes. I don't even know what those little symbols are. They're not called brackets, but whatever. Notice how they're going to change. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight the answer choice for A1. Click here, A1, Insert. Over here, B1, same thing. Let me just double click, highlight that, Control A, B1, Insert. And so now it's changing. It's doing the placeholders. It's going to know where I want certain things to be placed according to where they are in the table. There we go. Let me get this last one right here just to show you one more time. Remember, everything has to be highlighted. Yay. Let's get that D1, Insert. And then you repeat this whole process. So for question 1, in this particular case, same thing. Or excuse me, for question 2, get the Q2, Insert. Oh, hold up. It didn't do that because guess what? I didn't highlight those suckers. I got to highlight the text, then insert, boom. So this process gets repeated, and then like you're basically all good. So I'm not going to repeat everything on camera, but what I am going to do is like once you have all this done, let me show you what that's going to look like. See here. So this is what it'll look like when it's all said and done right here. So you have everything, placeholders are met, everything is set up, it's looking great according to each question. Now let me get rid of this one right here. And I want to show you what this will look like once you actually run the add-in, because now everything is placed, placeholders are made. I'll zoom out to show you here. Table is there, completely fine. Now we're ready to go ahead and just generate. So there are 3 rows here, which means for each row, that's a separate page. So watch over here on the left side of your screen, how this changes. I'm going to go ahead and click generate. It's going to say use current slide as template. That's all I want, just this one slide. And then boom, boom, look at that, look at that, look at that, right? Clicking over here, all of the questions and their answer choices are now where they need to be. All good. The answer keys are marked. If you don't want the hyphens to be there, all you really have to do is go up to, where's my one thing that I wanted to use? Hold up, go up to, actually no, just do Control F, grab the hyphen, replace with, basically replace all with nothing. And it'll go ahead and just delete the hyphen. You're all good. But notice here how it's all, boom, done. Task card done, all done. Okay, it's looking phenomenal, phenomenally wonderful. And if you wanted to go ahead and actually, this is a side note, if you wanted to go ahead and actually have it set so that you have A, B, C, D as answer options, all you would really have to do is make certain that you have, hold on, let's see here, insert text box. You put by, find, and replace. You have like your text boxes off to the side, or your A off to the side like so. So when all this generates, it'll go ahead and keep your letter formation all set. So there would, A would be there, and it would just simply repeat and copy once you run the add-in to have it bulk create. So you just have everything placed that you don't want to be messed with before you actually start doing whatever you're doing, before you start doing your bulk create. And once you have these things set, when it duplicates, the A, B, C, D, that'll all still be there, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so that is basically it in a nutshell. That is how you can get that bulk create feature in PowerPoint. Remember everything in the video that I just mentioned, the website, etc., the custom GPT that I make, task card throw, the actual link to the Bearwood Labs add-in, the markdown to HTML. It is all down below. So that's it for me. You take care, have fun playing around, and make something awesome. Then come back and share. I love hearing about people making awesome things. All right, take care. Bye.